You going, Baz?
We're going out. This is your last lesson as a master mariner. You'll be fully qualified.
Thanks very much. Well, it's a beautiful day here in Gladstone, and I've got Peggy-Anne on board for a night or two, so we decided that it's a good opportunity to just go out and give the boat another run and test things out another little bit. And we're just going to head out to one of the islands out here and have some fun. Well, we don't wear skimpy bikinis. Hell, it frightens me when I take my shirt off. There's definitely no one pregnant here. This is motor sailing for old dudes. We do live on a boat, and we do cruise extensively along the Australian coast. Join us and visit some great destinations. Learn how to look after a boat and live off grid. It might even get you enthused to do the same thing. Hey, stay out there till you can't.
Gladstone VTS, Candela back in the marina.
Candela got the VTS, understood, back and free. Over.
Pacific Titan, gas off Geneva. Good morning again, sir. Can I confirm, is that your waiting position? Are you still moving
Gladstone VTS, maintain Mickey Harbour, passing fairway volume down to Q2 entry. To Mickey Harbour, VTS.
We just anchored off Picnic Island. We've had a bit of lunch. Good to get out of the marina for a minute. And we're going to let a couple of gas ships go past before we head back to the marina. So there's two gas ships heading up the main shipping channel right now. Well, it's time to say goodbye to Annie and Baz from Taz. Any words of wisdom before you go, Baz?
You let it what he has to say.
It wouldn't help. No, it just would not help.
A man of many words.
For all those viewers out there, you just don't know this man. Just stay many nautical miles away.
And I've got to say goodbye to Cleo too. She's been on the boat for a couple of days. Good girl, Cleo. Baz's birthday today. 69. Thai for din-dins tonight. There's a great little, if you're in Gladstone, there's a great little trailer set up near the Seamen's Mission, cooking Thai food, and it's really delicious. So I thought, instead of having to make dinner and wash up tonight, I'll go up and treat myself to some Thai. And I've got a lovely honey chicken, some coconut rice, and it's beautiful. But anyway, I'm just working out what I'm going to do. Well, I know I'm going to go tomorrow, but I'm just been going over the calculations for whether I go up the outside, out through the south entrance and up around Cape Cap, or through the Narrows and up into Keppel Bay that way. I think I'm going to do the Narrows. We've got really high tides at the moment. The tides, I think, 5.5, 6 metres, so they're really big ones. And I think I'll leave here at about 8 o'clock in the morning. High tide at Ramsey Crossing, or the cattle crossing, will be at about 11 o'clock. So if I leave at 8, they'll give me 3 hours. I should get up there in plenty of time. And I think I'll probably pick up at least a couple of knots on the trip doing it that way. So I'm going to go up through the Narrows. If the wind's okay when I get to the top of the Narrows or Sea Hill, I'll keep on going. I'll get a bit of sail out and sail across to Keppel. If it's not, I'll find a little creek there to hide in, and we'll spend a day or so there just waiting for the weather to get across. But it's been great here in Gladstone. I've got all my jobs done. I've done a lot of work on the boat, which has been great. And yeah, it's time to go and start cruising again. So I have enjoyed my stay here. The facilities are A1. Coal dust's a little bit of a problem. You've got to wash your boat pretty regularly. But yeah, the crew here are great, and the facilities are top class. So definitely worth having a look at Gladstone, and head up to the corner and get some Thai while you're here, because it's really yummy. It's a busy harbour here at Gladstone, and you should always contact VTS on channel 13 when you're coming out of the marina or heading up into Gladstone, either from the north or the south. They'll tell you what shipping there is coming in or out, and it just helps them to keep track. So always monitor 13 while you're in the harbour, monitor channel 13, then the ships can talk to you. And contact VTS and let them know of your intentions. We're experiencing very big tides at the moment, so very high highs, very low lows. But that means that as I go up through the Narrows, I'm going to pick up a lot of speed. I reckon I'll get an extra couple of knots by doing it on the rising tide. But also when ships are coming into Gladstone, they have to maintain steerage, so they'll be probably picking up a couple of knots off the tide, and you might find them going a little bit faster than normal as they head up the shipping channel. Well, we've got a pretty fair wind, and I think I'm just going to get the headsail out and use a bit of it. I'll definitely want to use, if it stays like this, I'll definitely want to use this when we get out into Keppel Bay and get across to Keppel, but might as well use a bit while we're heading up through the Narrows, I guess, too. I dare say that when it starts to twist and turn, I might have to furl it up, but we'll just see how we go. Probably good to shake a bit of coal dust out of the sail as well. Well, that's good, it's given us another knot. I really do enjoy it more when I'm out of marinas, I must admit. It feels pretty good. So this is the black swan mark up in front of us, and start of the shallow water. So I think I'll keep the sail out because it's doing a good job, and I think the wind direction's pretty good, although it's dropped out a bit. I might wind it up in a minute and not have to worry about it while we go through the Narrows, or through the cattle crossing anyway. I think I'm going to just wind the sail up while we're going up through the shallow water of the cattle crossing, just something else I don't have to worry about, and I can concentrate on my navigation. probably hold it, but it winds around a little bit and it might be a little bit hard to keep it full. Been a pretty good trip, and we're here right on high tide, I reckon, or we'll be at the cattle crossing right on high tide, so that's going to be good. Then we'll get a bit of tide back out in the Keppel. That's one of the reasons I came through the cattle crossing again, is I've picked up a good lift off the tide with the big tides we've had. I picked up a couple of knots, so it's made for a better trip. Down the outside I probably would have, the wind would have been okay, but you're never really sure. If I got round to the north a bit, it would have made it a bit uncomfortable and a bit hard travelling. So if I do it this way, once I get to Sea Hill, if it doesn't look too good out in Keppel Bay, I can just hang there and wait till tomorrow morning or something like that. But yeah, I think it'll be alright if the wind stays the way it is. We'll have a good trip across Keppel Bay and probably make home Long Beach for a day or two. This area here is around about the shallowest part of the crossing, and we've missed the tide a bit. The tide's going out this side now, but once we get up where the boats are in front of us, it'll be going out the other way, so we'll pick that up and run it down to Sea Hill. So we've done it pretty well, and the sun's out. Should be a nice motor sail across Keppel Bay, I'm hoping. The other side of the cattle crossing now, and
Yes, Warren, you want to go 7-2? Going 7-2.
up to 7.8, so got the tide running with us again. Just leaving the Narrows, bit of breeze out here from the east really, and we're getting along at a pretty good clip. Jibed the sail twice. And shock horror, I just bought a new nozzle for my hose yesterday at Bunnings, and the nozzle's unscrewed off it and fallen overboard. Bugger! This wind's a little bit against us at the moment. It's a bit hard on the nose, but we're doing okay, and as I said, that she just backwinded, so we should be able to hold it. I think if we can't, I'll just have to roll it up and motor up. But a little bit uncomfortable with the waves being on the nose like this. Not the best point of sail. We've only got about 2 hours to GKI, and then we can get out of it, I guess. Well, having run those damper plates for about 12 hours now, they seem to be really doing the job. The boat seems to be a bit quieter and a little bit less vibration, so I think I did spend a fair bit of time lining the motors up, which may have helped. Thanks very much to Brad for giving me a hand with that. It was much appreciated, mate. But yeah, after running for 12 hours, I think everything's pretty good, so I feel confident now that we can get cruising again and not have to worry too much about damper plates. At least there'll be something else down the track for sure. There always is, but look, I think the boat's pretty well up to scratch now, and we should be able to just go and enjoy it. Okay, so we're just about at Great Keppel Island. Been a good trip across, about 2.5 hours. Out in front of us is Long Beach. That's going to be really good in anything from the north. It's pretty well out of the east at the moment. There's a little island over here called Humpy, and there's a good beach on it and a bit of an anchorage in behind. What I think I'm going to do is go over and have a look at that anchorage there, just see what it's doing. If it's not that good, I can always go across to Long Beach and find a spot there for the night. So not much swell on, a little bit of wind chop, and once we get in behind this island it might be all right, but it's just a matter of going over there and having a look. First thing I'll have to do is get rid of the sail though, so I'll drop that, and then we'll sort of work out where we're going to stay for the night. Looks pretty good over there. There's a couple of boats on the beach, so there's no swell on the beach at all. And I think I'll go over and check it out. Get the anchor snubber set up before I run over this little fishing boat. So you can see the bottom's pretty flat looking, and that'll be sand, I'd imagine, so I think this will be a good a spot as any to drop the pick. That's the sort of bottom I always look for on the sounder, because you can be pretty sure that's going to be sand and not rocks. The last thing left to do is just pack the sail up, and I don't think I'll probably use it very much around here because all my trips are going to be quite short. If I go across to Long Beach tomorrow, I've only got to go about 10 or 15 minutes and I'll be over there. If I've got to go to Keppel Bay Marina, it's only an hour in that direction. It's all pretty handy here. When you're at Great Keppel, you tend to do what they call the GKI shuffle. So when the wind's coming from the north, you're usually at Long Beach. If it goes round to the south, you'll be around at Svenson's on the other side of the island. They're both great beaches and both got plenty of anchorage there. This little one I'm here on at the moment is called Humpy Island, and in an easterly it's not too bad as long as there's not too much swell on, which there isn't, so I think we'll have a pretty pleasant night here. Anyway, let's get this sail away. Coast Guard Yeppoon, Coast Guard Yeppoon, Coast Guard Yeppoon. This is Peggy-Anne, Peggy-Anne 2-1.
Yeah, Peggy-Anne, this is Coast Guard Yeppoon, go ahead.
Yeah, Coast Guard Yeppoon, this is Peggy-Anne. We're on your log this afternoon. You can take us off, we've just anchored at Humpy. Thanks for your assistance, over.
Yeah, Coast Guard, copy that, Peggy-Anne. We've got you off the log. You have a great night. We'll hear from you tomorrow too.
Yeah, thanks very much, Coast Guard Yeppoon. Thanks for your help. We'll stand by on 16 and 2-1. Well, this is what it's all about, finding a little spot out of the wind, a nice beach, and a cold beer.